Kenya Airways pilots have warned the company's management against using threats and intimidation to coerce them to return to work. The pilots instead urged the management to embrace dialogue in order to seek a lasting solution to the standoff that has seen the company operations paralyzed for 3 days now. The pilots claim that they have bent backwards and given concessions, blaming the impasse on the management for allegedly maintaining a hardline stance. And as Chemutai Goin now reports, Labour Court has summoned KALPA officials tomorrow to show cause why they should not be held for contempt of court.
3 days since the national carrier Kenya Airways ran into turbulence as the pilots boycotted work, most aircrafts have remained grounded, parked at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport.
The pilots are ready to talk, negotiate, and break the stalemate, and then at least so that we can move on with our lives. That is what we are saying.
Instead, the pilots come to the union's headquarters at Rubani House, from where the leadership kept them abreast on the state of negotiations.
We are waiting. The government is there, the Ministry of Labour. Court is on board also. They are asking them to come to the table and negotiate. FKE, LSK, all these people. They have asked them, please come to the table, and all those people are ready to help break whatever it is, and the impasse that is there. And I can tell you, the issues at hand here will not take you, just a matter of hours. We have seen worse, bigger issues. But these, to me, are issues which can be resolved very quickly.
KALPA is blaming the crisis on alleged hard stance taken by the management, which they say is using arm-twisting tactics to coerce pilots to yield to the pressure and return to work.
Management's ego and chest stamping is to the detriment of Kenyans at large. The persistent harassment and intimidation towards pilots, agitating for their rights, serves more to agonize than inspire confidence that management is concerned about their welfare. This adversarial approach will not achieve our common goal of getting Kenya Airways back to full operation.
They claim they have only had one meeting with the Ministries of Transport and Labour, and that despite giving concessions and yielding some grounds on their demands, they were yet to get audience from the management.
This afternoon, we sent another proposal with even further concessions. On the other hand, Kenya Airways has made no concessions from the proposals they presented over 2 weeks ago. They have made it clear that they will not meet until our members resume their duties, yet this is contrary to the spirit of negotiation, of a return to work formula that is founded on dialogue. This is not a show of good faith.
With the airline still recovering from the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, which struck at a time when the airline was making losses, the management says it cannot afford any extra day, and as such, the striking pilots risk being replaced.
Ideally, if you really want to stop the tap from leaking, you fix it. So if they really want, we are ready, we can talk. The issues here can be resolved easily, and they can stop losing that 300 million a day, because that's what we are asking. If you are prepared to lose that kind of amount of money, and what even we are discussing about is nowhere near that. We're not even discussing even about money.
Among the pilots' demands are the reinstating of the contractual pension provident fund, whose payment Kenya Airways discontinued when the pandemic struck. Further, they have called for the overhauling of the airline's management, which they blame for the strained relations.
Contractual pension provident fund costs the company only 60 million shillings a month for all 3,800 Kenya Airways staff. Yet, inexplicably, he is willing to let the company lose 300 million shillings a day.
And although the Labour Ministry has signalled the commencement of disciplinary action on the striking pilots, KALPA says none of their members has so far received show cause letters, with no end in sight, as both the management and the pilots have maintained their hardline positions. The airline and innocent passengers continue to suffer. Chemutai Goin, Citizen TV, Nairobi.